Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I am so excited this afternoon. I have a very special guest for you, and I'm actually very nervous. He's like the celebrity of our team, and I'm usually the one over on this side of the screen watching all his videos, and now he's beside me on the screen. It's very exciting. So I am here, keeping it real with Donna and meeting and connecting with real people online. Since we've had COVID, most of us, well, majority of us have been isolated. And for me personally, I love to meet people and I love to connect with people. And so I wanted to bring this opportunity for all of us to connect and to see more than just a post on Facebook, to actually see and converse together. And even more than that, we have something very exciting to share where my special guest will delve into more about a virtual currency platform called, and you can earn Ethereum. So a disclaimer here, this is not going to be one of those get rich quick kind of thing. So an effort will be required. But I wanted to introduce to you Carlos Martinez. He's a new friend from our new team that I got involved in. Hi, Carlos. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. And it's a pleasure and honor to be here with you. Thank you for inviting me, Donna.
I am very excited to have you. It's an honor. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where
Okay,
you're
yes.
from.
Well, thank you. I'm from Chicago. I've been in Chicago all of my life. I'm a single dad of two daughters. My eldest one is 26. The youngest one is 17. And now I've got three fur babies. I used to have four, but one of my little doggies,
Yeah, I
went to
heard
doggy
about
heaven.
that.
It was sad. We had her for 11 and a half years, but she went to doggy heaven last week. So I'm down to three. That's okay. It's the 3 hour bundle of joy. And I come mostly from corporate America, Donna. I did
Oh, tell me
29.
about it.
Yeah, so I did 29 years in what's called logistics, right? So kind of like companies like UPS, the movement of goods and services and,
Yeah.
package information and stuff like that. So I started back in 1987 unloading, package cars, unloading boxes at UPS. And I stayed at UPS for about 21 years, very grateful to God for good career and stuff like that, a good paycheck and stuff. And but just like anything else, right, you're looking for something bigger. I've always had that entrepreneurial spirit, wanted that
Yeah.
financial independence, the time freedom and stuff like that. And I just wanted to make an impact in other people's lives. And I tried a lot of things. So in the meantime, after I left UPS in 2008, I started bouncing around from company to company, ocean freight, truck freight, and all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
I remember my first taste of entrepreneurship, and this was 1995, right? And I had a
Uh-huh.
fellow UPSer. He was part of a network marketing company at the time. And back then, the internet's just getting started. Like the cell phones we used to have, they were the big giant cell phones, like that big and stuff.
I don't even have an email account back then. I
No, I
was just
know.
moving from a different country to another country.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't have email either because, as a matter of fact, that even at UPS, they didn't give us laptops because everything was old school. Everything was on pen and paper and stuff like that. When we used to go out visiting customers, everything was logged on a piece of paper and we had to submit it in something called house mail. They used to just put in a house mail and someone would deliver it and stuff like that. But yeah, so we didn't get laptops until like the year 2000, and that's when I finally got my first email address, and it was a work email at that. But that being said. But I got my first taste in 1995 of network marketing, and joined a lot of different companies over the years. Most of it was failure at the beginning because you're just trying to figure it out. How to be successful, and
Yeah.
it wasn't until like finally the end of 2016, right?
Wow.
After like 11 or 12 different companies that I joined, but finally I said, you know what? If I want financial independence, if I want to make an impact, if I want to find out what my purpose is in life, I can't just be comfortable in the corporate world. And what happened was, Donna, was I would have one foot in the corporate world, a safe, secure paycheck, right? And then
Yes.
I would have the other foot in, a different type of online business. And while I did well on the corporate side, I wasn't doing well on where I really wanted to, was on the financial independence side, on the freedom side, on the time freedom side. And I'm like, you know what? If I just keep on doing this, nothing's going to change. So I made the decision to leave the corporate world in December of 2016. And it was really scary because I was not financially prepared for it. I was not financially prepared. So I decided to get in. I decided to get in like January 2017, go full force, right, in the online world, right? And so I was pretty much just living off of credit cards, right? That's all I was doing because I wasn't making, once the money, the low money supply that I had, because even though I was at UPS and other kind of freight companies, I was making a decent paycheck, but it was just enough to pay the bills, just like the average person, right? Just enough to pay the bills, and there's a little bit left over, if that. And so I was, I just got tired of living like that. I had plateaued. And I was stuck like that for probably a good 15, 17 years, something like that,
Wow.
So I knew that I had to get uncomfortable, right? And there goes that word, right? Because it's in that area of comfort that we don't grow, and it's that area of discomfort that we do grow. So I'm like, nothing's gonna change unless I change, right? So I made the decision in January 2017 with very little money in the bank. I mean, like less than a month to live on in the bank. Then, like I said, okay, I'm gonna do it and give it a shot. And before I knew it, I had to use my credit cards to survive and pay my bills. And then in a very short time period, I ended up with $43,000 in credit card debt. Very short.
Wow.
So, and then oh man, and then I struggled like that for a couple of years, just paying barely the minimum payment, right? And it was a struggle. And then but I was determined to not go back to the corporate world. I'm like, no, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, because a lot of times I'm like, oh, let me go back to the cushy paycheck, And so I made a decision to not give up. But then a good friend of mine introduced me into the cryptocurrencies, digital currencies. This is actually, this was April of 2020. So just last year. It's not even been a year. Yeah. So just last year. So she was with another company that I was with before. Okay. And she was in a company that sold CBD oil. So the company prior to the one I'm with now, they sold CBD oil, and CBD oil, I did okay, but I was only making like $32,000 a year with it, so barely, and that's not even like profit, once you back out profit, I was probably making $24,000 a year. So it's barely enough to survive. And but then she left the CBD company to go to the crypto space. And I'm like, what are you doing over there? Like, what do you know about crypto? She goes, I don't know anything, but I'm going to get into it because, a lot of people aren't making money. I'm like, okay, I'll just sit back and watch. Or I'll sit back and watch. So I didn't want to make the jump yet. So again, this is April of 2020. And she invited me to her Facebook group. And I'm seeing a lot of people post their success. I'm like, wow, this is crazy, because there were people leaving the company that I was with to go over there, and they were not having any success in the company I was, but they were having success over here. I'm like, man, this is crazy. I goes, this is
like a day and night success kind of thing.
Absolutely. So I was like, okay, so is this real? Is this legit? So I just sat on the fence, and I was just watching for 2 months. Finally, I asked her, her name is Tara. I go, Tara, is this real? I mean, could you actually even use this money? I see your stuff, you're posting stuff. Like, can you even use this, or does it just look good on your phone screen? She goes, Carlos, I use it all the time. I've pulled X amount of dollars out. It's going amazing. I'm like, wow. So finally I said, you know what? I don't know what it is. I've never, I've heard of Bitcoin, but I really don't know anything about it. I know a lot of people made money, but I also know a lot of people lost money. You know what? I don't know anything about this space. I'll get in, I'll be coachable, and I'll take action. So that's what I did.
You know what? I was going to share that, sorry to interrupt you there, but like surprisingly, there are still people that have not heard what cryptocurrency is. And so this is one of my purpose here, is to educate people and jump on board, because you don't want the rich people getting richer, but we want the regular folks also to know about these opportunities, and so that they can have an opportunity in this market to get in while it's still, at its beginning phase. And so,
absolutely. Yeah, no, I totally agree. And so, like I said, the only thing I had heard of was Bitcoin. That was it. And I knew it had gotten up really high, up to about 20,000, per coin or whatever. But I know it also tanked, right? Like it went down pretty low, like back down to 6,000 or 7,000 or something like that. So, I knew that a lot of people made money, but I think just rumors that a lot of people lost money. So I was scared getting in, right? So I got into this program. Okay. And I had my last $1,400. So this is June 4th of 2020. I had my last $1,400 with, and I needed it to pay bills. I actually needed that. Like I needed this to pay bills, Tara. Like, so I came in at what's called the level 7 at the time, right? There's actually 12 different levels. And at the time, and by the way, this particular project is built on Ethereum, right? It's on Ethereum, which is the second largest cryptocurrency out there. So I got in when Ethereum at the time was in the low 200s per token. Now it's like around
Wow.
1,600 or more, right? It's grown significantly.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna put
I
that
got
on.
in.
I'm gonna put that in my banner. You see, I looked up the price just before we got on, and it's like 16.
Yeah.
1637 or something like that.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, and that. So right now, that like that $1,400 today would be worth, if someone had just bought Ethereum today, that $1,400 would be worth over $10,000 easily, right? And one would think like, wow, that's great, and it is. It's great growth, right? It's great growth, But this platform allows something that like allows leverage, right? Where you kind of experience the team, right? You get to experience the benefit of the team as well. And I was shocked that in my first 30 days, all right, I made over $48,000 at the program again. And this is an income disclaimer, right? Because I'm not saying I'm gonna have the same results, in 60 days I was at 200,000. It just continues to grow from then, and it's been really, really crazy. And it's not just me. The best part about this is that so many people are having success with this program, and it's just so amazing. And and if you ask me today, Carlos, well, what is your knowledge of cryptocurrencies today compared to what it was, June of 2020? Well, June of 2020, I would say it was 0 out of 10, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, a scale of 1 to 10, it was probably a 1, right? But on today, I'd probably say it's still even like a 3, 3, maybe a 4 if I'm lucky. I'm still learning, right? And
there's a lot to learn. Yeah.
There's a lot to learn, and one of the things that kind of just creeped me out about crypto, and that's what I used to say. That I used to say crypto just creeps me out. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. It's just a digital currency, but and one of the words that creeped me out is just the word crypto, because it just sounds kind of creepy, right? Crypto, creepy, right? Like, does it come from the word crypt? Does it sound like dead money? That's what I thought it was. But crypto actually just means data encryption. I said, like, is that all it means? I'm like, okay, I didn't know that. That's all it meant. Okay, so it's okay, that's cool. It doesn't come from the word crypt, So I'm like, okay, cool. So anyway, yeah. So I'm like, this is awesome. So then I come to learn that there's over 3,000 different types of cryptocurrency. So just just like regular money, right? U.S. dollar, Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, the Mexican peso. Yeah. I mean, you name it. The euro, the British pound. There's just like there's like thousands upon thousands of different types of regular money. There's also over 3,000 different types of digital currency. And I started to listen to like experts like Robert Kiyosaki, right? Who he's all over YouTube, and for those of you that don't know who Robert Kiyosaki is, he's the author of a very famous book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If you guys never read that, you're going to want to read that book. You can get a free online version, get it at Amazon, your local library or whatever. But I was just following him on YouTube, and I know this guy knows how to make money. He's a multi-millionaire, mostly in real estate, and also an author of books. And so all he's talking about now is cryptocurrency. Why timing is everything. Like, this is the perfect time to get in. And one would think like, well, wait a second, Carlos. When you got in, it was cheap. It was only $200+ per token, and now it's at $1,600. This is on the expensive side. And actually, if you listen to people like Robert Kiyosaki, okay, they're talking, and not just him, other financial experts. And by the way, I am not a financial expert, and this is not financial advice, in any stretch of imagination, right? But just listening to folks like that, they're saying like we're at the very beginning stages of where crypto is going to go to. Okay, and
you know what? That reminds me of my very own experience, because I got into trading maybe like 6 years ago. And actually, I was watching Bitcoin at that time. And, I was watching documentaries and things like, because it was so new. It was like, it's creepy. You don't know. Am I going to my money's just going to disappear online? So I was tempted to invest, but then I was like, no, like it's so foreign, right? You don't know. It's too risky. Nobody knows. And there's all this laws that are about to be passed of how they will control cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. But I think it was like $500 or $600 a coin, and it moved up and then it spiked up really fast. And I was like, oh, now shoot, I missed it. Like, it's $1,000 now. It's so high. I missed it. And so I forgot all about it. And then now looking back, I should have jumped in on when it was $1,000 a coin, right? And so about the Ethereum, for those of you who are watching, is another virtual currency. It's like the next level next to Bitcoin in popularity, and it's in gaining momentum. So I've never even heard of Ethereum before. Like I said, I heard Bitcoin, and then I thought I missed my chance, so I let go of it and I forgot all about it. And then in November, I saw just like you, I saw somebody's post online. I was like, what is this? And what is Ethereum? And I started looking. And before that, I'd never even heard of Ethereum. And now all I'm talking about is, come on, guys, invest in Ethereum because get it at the stage before it takes off. And so it's very exciting.
Yep. Yeah. And I totally agree. And I always tell people, like, even if you don't get into our program, right, which we're not going to name here, right, but even if you don't get into our program, get it, if you're looking for a type of, investment that can potentially grow, I mean, you may want to consider cryptocurrencies, I didn't know how easy it is to buy crypto. I'm like, well, how do you even buy it? That kind of stuff. So that was an education for me, like how to buy it and stuff like that. So yeah, it's amazing what digital currencies have done. And, I just listen to the financial experts. That's what I do, they're all, as I love to say, if you want to become wealthy, do what the wealthy people do. For a long time, I just followed broke people, right? And guess what?
Yeah,
I was broke. I was broke all the time. So I'm tired of being broke. I want to be wealthy. I want to have, all my credit card debts paid off. Which, by the way, I've been able to pay off all $43,000 in my credit card debt within 2 months with this program.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
that is such a blessing, and I totally believe you because I've seen it in my own account. I have a very small account. I haven't made it to your level, but I have just started and I can see the potential. So when I saw this opportunity, I jumped right on it because I can see where it's going. I can see the potential, and so that was the beauty of this. But Jen, those of you who are watching, we do encourage you to learn more about it. This platform, you can ask Carlos or me, message us, and we would love to share this information with you. And just like him and I, we have to learn all about this virtual currency. And in fact, with this virtual platform that we're using, a level 1, for example, he mentioned 12 smart contracts. A level 1 is about $160.
Yeah, but based on today's price.
US dollar.
Price. Yeah,
it's
US
0.1
dollar.
of Ethereum. And if Ethereum is 1,600, it would be 160. And this is what I tell my friends is that, if you pay 160 and you learn the ropes of virtual currency, all the apps and how you buy, how you trade, and you get a support, to me personally, that 160 is well worth the price in learning my ropes around virtual currency. And on top of that, you don't actually lose the 160. You have it for life, and you can turn that 160 into a multiple stream of income, right? Over and over. And so that's one thing that we wanted to share with everyone.
Absolutely.
So we would talk about what's your biggest why in joining, what made you jump? I know you wanted the freedom, you want to get out of the corporate world from 9 to 5 shift.
Well, my biggest why are definitely my daughters, right? I want to leave them a legacy. I want to, give them a financial education, and so that, when God calls me home, that they're set, and then, my future grandchildren too, that they're set as well. But also I want to, buy a house. I want to buy a house. So I went through a second divorce in 2008, 2009. Had to file for Chapter 7 bankruptcy in 2009 as well. So I lost everything in the real estate meltdown, back in 08, 09. So I want to get to the point again where I actually own a home, and I'd like to be able to buy a home free and clear. So that's my goal. That's my goal, to get that, have a nice home for my daughters and, future grandkids and stuff like that. And that is definitely my why. And then, and also too, I really, really want to just give back. I want to give back as much as I can. My goal is to open up a nonprofit and be a philanthropist and, give to different organizations and stuff like that. So as much as I can, I want to make an impact on the world. And it's a beautiful feeling to finally find your purpose. More than anything else, I would say, this entrepreneurial journey, what it's done for me, it's allowed me to find my purpose more than anything else. So, I'm working harder now than I did when I was in the corporate world. Because when I was in the corporate world, I mean, for the most part, it was, as soon as I closed my laptop at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, that's it. I was done, right? This one I'm working.
Yeah, no homework.
Right. No, right. So now here, I'm working longer hours because I'm helping the team and the team needs help. And, some people just need a word of encouragement or whatever the case may be. But I feel fulfilled. Whereas the other one, I wasn't fulfilled. Like I was thinking about, okay, what's going to happen when I get to the end of my life? Am I going to say that I use my gifts, the gifts that God gave me, And had I stayed in the corporate world, I would say, no, it would not have happened. I would have died empty and not living a life of purpose. Now I'm living a life of purpose. I feel like I'm working for God now. And
yeah, that is such a wonderful thing that you've shared, because it's all about that satisfaction and fulfillment. So I know, like, I'm the same way. I have been on my phone all the time trying to share and reach as much people as I can. But like you're saying, you're spending more time doing that. And I know that because you create all these webinars. I mean, everyone who is listening, okay, when you get into this platform and you join the team, you're practically your own boss. Okay, whatever you invested, you manage that. You have your own digital wallet. Nobody's in charge of that. Nobody can touch it except for you. So you're the only one who have access to that. So it's decentralized, is what I was trying to say. Right. But here is Carlos. He could have gone in his own world and take care of his own digital wallet and his own investment. But here's with us, and he's leading our team and creating a webinars, and there's trainings and great support for everybody. And so that's what I really love about this team, is that I'm doing the same thing. I'm returning the favor. I want to be able to reach out people and help and assist and so it doesn't feel like it's working at all because you're just doing service. To me, that's what it feels like. So yeah. I'm really grateful that you came to my live show and shared your experience. What would you say to our listeners right now that are like, I'm scared or I'm not sure? What would you say to them right now?
I would say to them, faith over fear, right? You got it. So I was scared to it. And 99% of the people that join this, they're scared. As a matter of fact, most of them don't even know anything about cryptocurrencies or the digital currency space, but they get in scared, but they don't let the fear stop them, right? Whatever it is that you're trying to do in your life, okay? If 2020 or the years before that were not where, you're not where you want to be, but you have a goal, you have a dream, something that God placed in your heart, well, it's not going to happen until you change the way you do things. So that was me, right? I was stuck in that corporate world and I was hoping and praying and, that things would change. But I knew that I had to take action. I had to get beyond that fear and finally let go. Yeah, so I had, for all those years, I had one foot, in the online space or the entrepreneurial space, and then one foot in the corporate world. But the corporate world was the safety net, right, for me, right? And for me, I knew that if I want to grow, I got to get uncomfortable. And, I did it in spite of being scared. Despite being scared, I did it, okay, and anxious about it and everything like that. But I knew that once I cut those ties and I burned that bridge, I had to take massive action, right? I just became coachable, all right? I took consistent.
You were able to focus more on it.
Focus more, exactly. I took consistent daily action and I didn't give up, right? That was the whole thing. And the other thing too is a lot of times, we start to compare ourselves, especially at the beginning, well, I've been posting for a week or I've been doing this for 2 months or whatever. I'm not getting the same results. You know what? Don't get discouraged. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. I'm telling you, it's all these seeds that you plant. All right. and God's timing, he'll bring you the harvest. You got to be faithful to the little things. When God is ready, he'll bring the bounty, right? He'll just make it pour abundance upon you. So get in scared, get back to the person that invited you, right? Whoever, if someone shared this video with you, know that they care about you and they believe in you and they see greatness in you and they're ready to help you succeed. Just get back to the person that referred you or shared this video with you, and just, hey, get in at whatever we call it. Get in wherever you fit in, even at the lowest level. Level one is gonna run you, somewhere about $160 or so, plus a little bit more for what are called gas fees. Okay, but once you get in, just be coachable, take action, and be consistent and never give up. And I'm telling you, your life can change in a very, very short time.
Yes, definitely. Never give up and don't quit. I mean, when I came into this platform, I have the I know that it's going to take time, because just like much any other investment or business venture, that it's not going to happen overnight. But the great thing is that we have a great team that can coach you. Like you said,
Yes.
you have to be coachable. But if you're willing and you want that success, it can happen. You manifest it and you work on it. There's
Yes.
no reason why you can't achieve it. And so
Amen.
I'm so grateful for the wisdom that you've shared and your continued leadership in our team, providing training and guidance. And I'm just so blessed to have you on my live show right now. And I am so thankful.
Thank you. My pleasure and honor. Thank you for having me, Donna.
Well, you have a great day. And next time, for those of you who are watching, we are live right now. If you're watching a replay, put a hashtag replay and connect with Carlos and connect with me and those who have shared this video with you, so that we can get you onboarded on this wonderful, awesome platform, and you can start your journey on a cryptocurrency and perhaps have an additional stream of income. So God bless, Carlos. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And
You as
I'll
well.
see you
Thank
on
you.
the
God bless you
outside.
guys. Bye, everybody. Take care. Thank you,
Bye,
Donna.
everybody.
Bye,
Until
bye.
next time.
Until next time. Bye.
Bye. So on Saturday, I will have another live session with a dynamic duo, two of my members of my team that's going to share the experience. They're just new at this experience, and I wanted to introduce them to you on Saturday. But until next time, I am hoping that we've shared some messages with you that inspired you and maybe sparked a question that you might want to learn more about virtual currency. And I know for myself, in November, I've never even heard of Ethereum. And here I am talking about it and sharing with people. And I am so grateful that I jumped on it when it started in November. It was only 460 here in my banner. And down below, I'm showing you that it was 460 at the time when I joined, and now it's 1639. I mean, it can go up and down, but I am thankful that I jumped in when I did. So sometimes you just gotta follow your heart, and if you're feeling something like, oh, maybe this is the right thing, or maybe I should jump on it, you know what? Make an educational decision. Ask a question, get some answers, and do some research so that you can make the right decision and you can base it on the information that you have received. So thank you again for joining me, and I appreciate all this time that you're supporting me. Until next time, you all have a great day.